Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round 6 of the URL Sunday Championship. We're here again with the Pro-Am guys in League 1, and this is the first of the endurance races. So big switch up from our usual 2-race sprinting. This is a all-out 24-lap endurance race. All 3 tyre compounds must be used for a minimum of 3 laps. It does throw a bit of a challenge. Some people love it, some people hate it. I think it depends on your driving style and how well you do managing your fuel and your tyres. Down to 9 this week. I know a couple of them are away on holiday and doing their thing. So we'll get through it. There's so Gower here is qualified again on pole position. Another week for Gower with the qualifying. I think he's done most of them. Is on pole. I think there might be 1, possibly 2 he hasn't. But you see here Gower, and he's decided to start on the hards. Very odd option, in my opinion. In front of the pack, really you want to get away and get in, keep the clean air in front of you, but he's decided to go with the hard tyres. Dan, who's on the softs in second, he's definitely going to be chasing him down. He'll want to maximise the grip he has over Gower early on. Paulie is there in third, also on the softs. Same as Dan, he'll be looking just to push away. Brownie in fourth on the softs. Good qualifying from Brownie. I think we see last week he had a couple of moments that set him back in the pack a little bit, but looks like he's had a good qualifying session. Sai there in fifth. Again, really good qualifying for Sai. He's also on the softs. Hoggy in sixth on hards, so he's our next hards runner. Kenny D also on hards, in seventh there. You see as well, he's got the Eldridge air conditioning, our sponsor, on the side of his door there. So very nice to see. Rossi there in eighth on the hards, on the softs. And Brian Mechanic on the softs. So only a mixture of hards and softs here. Well, we've got Kenny D, Hoggy, and Gower, the only ones on hards. Everyone else is started on the soft tyres. So let's get underway and see how we get on. Down here now to the first corner. It's called Held Corner. Not surprised because it is a pain in the backside. It has an awkward little bump just there, slightly off camber. It can upset the car. As you see, these guys straight on it. Hoggy in sixth. Kenny D, I think these 7th, 8th, 9th started on the last bend, so they have a little bit of a disadvantage. And you see it just split up a little bit. Brian Mechanic already going for a move on Rossi up to the inside. I think the top group is still together. Gower still in first. Rossi manages to hold his position though. Well done, and they'll be wanting to close up on Kenny D. Let's get into this little pack here. So Gower definitely going to be sliding all over the place on this first lap. Yet them tyres are going to take a good lap or two to get warm. Whereas Dan and Paulie just behind him, and Brownie, to be honest, and Sai are all on the super sticky softs. We go over top, up onto the sky view, and then down towards the S's for the first time. Oh, Dan's run that wide, and he's hit the barrier. Oh, he's hit Paulie as well. Oh, Paulie, a bit coming together there. Oh, that was really unlucky. Dan went well wide there. He's got damaged, but he took Paul out in the meantime as well. Stuck Paul back now. Oh, he's had another spin. Oh, so unlucky there. So unlucky there for Paul. I think he just got caught by Dan. You see, he went wide here, come back onto the racing line, tried to get out of the way, nudged Paul over. Paul then had a bit of grass on his tyres. Bit brown. He tried to recover. I think by the look of it, just coming down to here, he's just lost the back end. Yeah, just switch round to the right on him, and as he goes round, poor old Paulie sat on the outside. Nothing he done, but that is that unfortunate accident's cost him now. We'll see now, so Dan's backed off, so Brownie's up into second, Dan now in the third. All of this is given Gower a perfect opportunity to get that space away from the pack. let these battle between themselves on the soft as Brownie goes wide on that corner. Little touch on Dan, but nothing that caused any problems. But Dan's now under pressure from side. He's going to try and go around the outside. It's the last corner, not quite enough space. Dan just slams the door in his face. You see there Kenny D, Rossi also fighting. We'll just go back, see if there's any movement. Not quite. I think Brian the Mechanic's dropped off the back of this pack as well after his initial challenge on Rossi. Kenny D got a great exit out of that corner. So here we are, side by side. Dan's side, Brownie just behind. So Dan's got the inside again. He can go around the outside of this corner. Good break in there from sight. Bit of grass, but not too bad. Oh, he keeps it on. Oh, lucky. He tried it around the outside, didn't quite pay off for him. That's giving Brownie the opportunity to get up as well in the third behind Dan. Again, all of this fighting. Another man on the hard tyres, Hoggy, has caught up. Brownie goes slightly wide, bashes off the barriers. Hoggy and side wide there. It's them hard tyres. They're such a pain in the backside to keep going. So these boys, they will be looking to run a lot longer than the soft tyres though. Great view that is. Look at all that scenery. Fantastic view from the top there. So Hoggy, Kenny B now bumper to bumper, coming down the S's, down through the kink. On the way down towards Forest Elbow. Good exit there from Hoggy out in second gear. Don't seem to be fuel saving or anything yet, so it's not too bad. He's doing well. So here we go. So Sai, after his little shuffle back in the pack, is he's just trying to regroup himself. He's still looking to attack Brownie. Dan's pulled a gap now, so he's going to want to attack Gower early on. You don't want him to settle in too comfortable. Lap 3 we're up to now already, so it's already ticked off a good couple of laps. They're probably going to manage 6-7 laps on these softs possibly, depending on how hard they're pushing, which by the look of it they have been fairly early. But yeah, Dan's definitely on the charge now to catch up with Gower. Brownie in third, Sai fourth, then you've got Hoggy and Kenny D, the two hard runners. Rossi not far behind them, Paulie on his recovery. After the slight tap from Dan earlier on, as you see Hoggy go slightly wide, that's going to hold him up, stop his speed. Kenny D's looking around the outside. He's quite dodgy out there. Again, it's another corner that's got a lot of camber on it. But yeah, Hoggy's managed to regroup himself. He's doing very well now. So there we go. But yeah, we can see there, Paulie's on the back of Rossi now. He looked like he had a lot of pace earlier on. Obviously qualified third as well. He had a brilliant opportunity where Dan had gone wide, so he had a good opportunity to put himself into second, chasing Gower. Unfortunately, just the coming together with Dan. Rossi had Paulie with a great exit out of that corner. I think Rossi's looking defensive, he's gone to the middle of the track. Dan's trying to pick which way, but Rossi did go left in the end. Paulie's now looking to the right hand side. So he's going to be on the outside of this corner, but then for the next corner it does go to the inside. He's pulled out not quite enough slipstream or speed. I think maybe so his fuel saving. Okay, see from his gear changes, Rossi I think will probably, by the look of it, let's watch his rev counter, see what he's going up to. So Rossi's up to bouncing it off the rev limit. Not quite, obviously getting to the end of the bar. Where Paulie I think is saving a bit more fuel, but Rossi again with a really good drive this time. He's going to be on full attack. I've seen Dan's taking pole position as well. Just quickly watch this battle. We knew it was coming with Dan. He's on the better tyre than Gower on them hards. Kenny D goes to the inside, Rossi to the outside. Great move from Rossi. Brilliant move there. As we're coming into the two left-handers before you start going up to the hill. I think it's called Frog's Hollow, I believe. But yeah, really well from Rossi. So now we're going to be watching Paulie trying to get them past Kenny D also. Pretty much single file through the mountain section. There is a couple of places you can get attack and get side by side. Get a good run off this corner onto this next corner. Or you can get to the outside here. Brake later than the person get to the inside for that corner. As Kenny D's hit the wall. That's given Paulie free invite to take that position. Really good racing. So let's see. So size past Brownie. Just we flick to him though, is it the barrier? So it had changed at the front of these two, as well as Gower and Dan. But yeah, unlucky for Si, he just hit the barrier, and that's given Brownie the position back again. So all that hard work he'd done over the lap, he's now got to do it again. And he's got damage at the front right as well at the minute in the bumper. I said, so they're half a tank now, but that front right is getting down towards half worn. Brownie slightly better tyre wear. Obviously Gower shouldn't have a problem. He's on his hards. 207, good time on hards, but he just needs to concentrate, do his own thing. He probably didn't. I'm not going to go back because I only have 60 minutes on this recording, but I'm not going to go back. But he probably didn't put out much of a fight to Dan. There's no point. It's early doors. You're on different tyres. Hopefully the race will come back to him later on, depending on what they both do for their next stints. But we've seen Dan make a couple of mistakes before and already on this race, so he can't count his chickens yet. As we see Brownie going wide this time, rubbing all the way around the barriers. He's going to sire right on the back of him again. So a couple of mistakes by people. They're creating the space, working hard to get the space, and then maybe just pushing a little bit too much, and then they lose the space again. So Brownie, these two full on attack mode. Paulie's got past Kenny D as well, seeing the on the positions on the left hand side. Size dropped even Matt. He had a problem there, and yeah, same again, more damage again. So Size had a bit of a problem, but here we go back to this battle. So Hoggy's still on the hards, doing really well, kept him fifth position for all of the switches in front and behind him. So he's got to be pleased with that. Rossi slightly wide. Paulie with a great exit this time though. We'll see Rossi, he is revving it up, but I don't think it's going to help him this time. Paulie's got the slip on Hoggy. Rossi is close, but I don't think he's, Paulie's got the slip as well, so he's being aided by Hoggy. He's gone inside, no, just trying to see if it puts Paulie off, but he's too wily for that, mate. But yeah, now Paulie back into 6th, chasing down Hoggy. Brownie's in already, so lap 5. So he's pitted real early. Really, your lap 5. He's got 19 laps to do on the mediums and hards. So it'll be interesting to see what his pit strategies are. Oh no, Hoggy! Hoggy's just caught it coming off into Hell's Corner. I did tell you, it's an awkward corner with horrible bounce. And them hard tyres have just let loose on Hoggy there. Unlucky for him. Paulie's setting purples now. Free air in front is what he wants. Size just up the road here. A couple of corners in front of Paulie. Gower in 2nd. Getting consistent now with his hard lap times. He's doing well. Dan sprinted, but we expected that. As I said, he's on the soft tyres. That's what Dan needed, as much as Gower was probably happy with the battle early on and give him 1 or 2 laps just to clear a bit of space to the pack behind. Sorry, but that is Little bit of a slide there from Gower, just pushing, coming out the little kink there. There's a little dip as well. Doesn't quite show it justice. I will change camera angle at some point and show you. Most of these boys obviously run their own camera angles, but for any people that haven't raced this track before or in a group 3, the undulations of the track are quite something. We'll see. Actually, is anyone close? I don't think anyone's really that close. Kenny D's got past Rossi as well, so I think, yeah, Rossi's had damage. He's had a problem coming down the hill. That's given Kenny D back 5th position. But even with the damage, so Rossi's right on the back of him. Bit of a tail whip coming out of that corner there. Let's see who's behind him. So Hoggy after his spin on Hell Corner into 7th. Brownie's pitted and he's currently in 8th position. Brian, a mechanic, he looks like he's also pitted. He's on an out lap, so he's had his soft run. He's now onto his hards, which he'll find these difficult. When they're cold, fresh out the box, they don't offer you very much grip at all. So it takes a good lap and a half to get them working, as you can feel him. Careful Brownie out that corner. We've seen it happen once already. It'll probably happen again to someone. We go back up here. All spreading out now as you expect on an endurance race. Rossi's tyres are front right's half cooked now, just past half now. If you compare his to Kenny's hard tyres. So although the hard tyres are worn, they're probably not quite on the pace of the softs, even though they're worn softs. Kennedy's doing really well. He's had two little hiccup laps, but Rossi's gone. I could hear tyres squealing. Big smash there for Rossi. Come down the dip, flicked it right, flicked it left. They just carried on round on him. Had nowhere else to go really. Let's see who's come up to that part. We'll watch. So Dan is in pole position at the minute. Come down to the end of the long straight. Is he thinking about pitting? No, he's not. He's carrying on. He wants to crack on with it. And slowly but surely, Paulie is catching Si, but Si's in the pits. He's had enough on them soft tyres. Absolutely obliterated that front right is, and the rear right as well is not no better. The others, again, they're on the same tyre wear, but feel like the strategy possibly needs them to push a bit further. Bit of a wiggle there from Paulie. Kenny Dean's in also on the hards. And Hoggy's in on the hards. I don't think Hoggy was doing much fuel saving by the look of the what he's got left in the tank there. Only 9%. Kenny D 21%. Even Rossi on the softs had 18%. So Hoggy proper pushing it. So all them boys are in now. So Brown is now back up to 2nd. As you see, Si just coming up pits behind him. So Si now on the mediums, Brownie on the mediums. Front 3 still haven't pitted. Kenny D also out on the mediums. Let's see these other boys, what's going to happen with these. Hoggy's on his way out. Hoggy's gone mediums. And Rossi's gone hards. So Rossi's on a flip strategy to those in front of him. He's gone for the hards on the second part of his strategy. I'm guessing for a two stopper, sorry. Hoggy with a massive 4-second penalty. He's got the 3 second for pit lane, and then he's had a second also for cutting a corner somewhere. That's gonna absolutely obliterate his lap and his chances of progressing in this race now. Got unlucky again for Hoggy. So medium runners. Let's see what happens with these boys here. Side just coming through down into Forest's elbow. So Paulie's back right is nearly done. Dan's into the pits, yeah. Same sort of tyre wear. I think same fuel as well. So he's done really well to get to that point. So he's in. Oh, Paulie's hit the barrier. I just flicked to him. He's come bouncing across them curbs in the pit lane. Smashed straight into the barrier. I'm afraid that might be a penalty as well for Paulie there. Not what he wanted at this part of the race. But Gower's still going on them hards. He should have maybe this lap, possibly one more, but I think maybe this lap he's going to have enough fuel to go through. So out he comes down into second, switches onto the hards. So he's gone softs, hards, he's leaving the mediums for the last stint. As we see earlier, Si's there in third. Oh, Si's got past. 2:13. Well, I think Si's got past Brownie, hasn't he? I think Brownie was in third position after the pit stops. Something's happened there. And that's put Brownie back into fourth position. Got a little bit of a gap to Kenny D behind, but any more mistakes, I think, from Brownie, that's definitely going to put him towards the clutches of Kenny D. He's got Paulie behind him as well. He's got his 3-second penalty to serve. He ain't going to have no problems. You've got Hoggy behind him. It's Hoggy served his now, so that's where he'd dropped. He's on the mediums. Rossi's on the hards. Maybe just trying to get onto the back of Hoggy and keep the slipstream, save a bit of fuel, keep him going. And then Brian, a mechanic there in 9th position. Done his softs, now he's on his hards. Wow, holy. That pit lane is a hole. It definitely catches quite a few people out, I think. Not only is it tricky to navigate through anyway, bouncing over the curbs, it's very narrow, that part. You can get away with 2 tyres on the track, 2 tyres sort of on the grass, but it very quickly switches from left to right. As you see, Gower's in the pit already refueling. I think you'll see Dan on his way past. So Dan's on his hard tyres. It'll be interesting what Gower's going to do. He's run his hards already, so he could come mediums now. But Dan's off into the distance. Side now coming up to the first corner, through Hell's Corner. You see Gower just in front of him. And Gower's on the mediums also. So good strategy there from Gower. They've got the hard tyres out of the way. And the mediums is out in second. All to play for him. Dan's on the harder tyre now. Albeit not much of a difference between hard to medium to hard to soft. Especially the tyre wear on the softs. Let's see how he gets on. Looking good for Si though. He's had some good battles so far in this race. A couple of moments himself, but other than that, he's doing really good job there in third. Just needs to keep it going. As I said, Brownie's not a million miles behind him. On the same tyre also, so it's out and out speed. Although Brownie's the size half a tank, Brownie's less than half a tank. So we'll see how they get on. Down through the downhill, through the kink. Let's try and see if I can figure out a gap. So you've got Dan now on the hards. So about 6 seconds. Sorry, I was counting in my head then. About 6 second gap between Dan and Gower. I hate it. There's no delta. It really pisses me off. But anyway, it's about 6 second gap, and the difference in tyres. Possibly we'll keep an eye on their lap time, see if Gower is catching. The last stint now, Gower's going to have soft tyres and Dan's going to have the mediums. So again, there will be a tyre advantage to Gower to try and gain that time back. Let's go back down the field to Diesel, but you can see each other. Sometimes that's what you need, just spurs you on. I always find it easier to chase someone in front of me than it is to defend. Especially at that sort of gap, you're still picking your corners and your braking points without any restrictions. But yeah, it's always find it easier chasing somebody. Possibly that's why I don't win many races. Kenny D there in 5th. Then he's on the medium tyres. Bit of a up and down start to the race. A couple of laps cost him, but now he's got his pedal down. 206.6 is his fastest lap. So a real good job there from Kenny D. Paulie, he served his 3-second penalty. I think he managed to stay in front of Hoggy. Again, he'll be kicking himself. He does have the fastest lap though, 205.1, which is a very, very quick time. So he's doing really well, despite the coming together with Dan and the bit at the beginning, and, the pit lane penalty that he's had, the spin he had down just before that corner there for his elbow. Sees the front of his nice bronze chrome car is all scratched and dented, and he's left a couple of them paint marks on the wall. You see Foggy as well, he's had a big spin, didn't he, earlier on, turn 1, hell corner. His Logitech True Force colours representing there. And you see behind, Rossi's in 8th on his hard tyres, getting his stint done. He's had a couple of moments also. So yeah, quite a few with a couple of moments, which is again just spread the pack out. I think it's mainly these top 5 that are doing well. Brownie, I think, is catching. So Brownie's 206.8, Si's a 208. So yeah, Brownie's catching Si on that last lap. 206.1 Gower, 208.1 for Dan. So Gower's catching Dan and Brownie's catching Si. So very interesting as we're coming to, obviously, this is the halfway mark now on these 28s. That's not too shabby. We're doing well. Just checking the time. As you know, I hate doing it live because it never seems to work for me. So yeah, we'll see. It's on a slower lap. So we've done a 283, 281. This is Gower's 2nd lap now on them softs, on the medium. Sorry, he just needs to keep his pace. He's catching. Don't need to push it. You're catching. You're going to catch him every single lap now between the 2 tyre compounds. So you don't need to push. Just keep consistent. That's all you need. The sire there on his mediums. Yeah, had by his own standard on his mediums. He had a slow lap there on lap 11. And you see Brownie there, slightly worn. Although he's going to have to pit before. So I don't know if a full tank's going to do what he's wanting it to do though. 24 laps. When did we see him come in? Lap 9, wasn't it? Lap 9, maybe lap 10. So he's got to do at least another 2 laps on these tyres yet with that fuel to make it so he can do one more stop for his hard tyres. Well, we'll see how that plays out. 206.2 for Si, 208.2 for Brownie. So Si now pulling back out again. Another 2 seconds, and he's catching, by the look of it, the 2 in front. Or it looks like that way anyway. 206 for Dan, for Gower, 207.5. So still a second and a half. It's warming up now. Someone best take their jackets off because it's starting to heat up. Let's go have a quick look back how it's getting on. Kenny D, all open space for Kenny D now. He shouldn't have any problems. Anything happens, he can see Brownie in front of him. Any problems we'll see. 207.2 for Paulie on his last lap. So he's definitely keeping pace with those in front of him. Again, any issues happen, he's going to be there ready to capitalise on it. Gt7 on his mediums, 208.4 last lap, so slightly slower. So must have taken a bit of a slide like that, doesn't help. Just missing the camber of the road. If you go too far to the right hand side of that corner there, it goes off camber and it just wants to drag the car, as you saw, out to the right hand side. So it's beneficial to always try and tuck in at the very maximum. You want to be in the middle of the road, if not as close to the left hand side as possible. And then the up part of that corner then helps the car slow down. So you can actually carry quite a lot of speed into there and let the track slow you down rather than braking. Let me just go back to see the Rossi just going through the dip. Through his kink down to Forest Elbow. Plenty of fuel for Rossi, so he'll be dragging these hards around for a bit before he then decides to switch onto his what did he start on? He'll be going on to medium tyres. Yeah, Brownie's in. Mega early for Brownie. He's got to do, what, 11 laps? Whew, 11 laps. I think the tyres will do it, hard, but he's going to have to do some mega fuel saving to keep it to the one stop. You know, he could do 3 laps on the hards and then switch to the softs. See how much fuel he decides to put in. He's going full tank. So I thought maybe if you put a little squirt of fuel in, he'll be doing that, but oh, maybe he is. What is he doing on the hard? So maybe he's 3/4 of a tank, so that's about 7 laps. So he could be going and then going for a short run on softs at the end, but you'll have to make another pit stop. But that's put him down to 6th. He's promoted there. Kenny D, Paulie 4th and 5th now. So Brownie's out to the hards. He has got Hoggy for company. I'm sure Hoggy will be wanting to get past Hoggy again out wide. See exactly the same thing happen again. Just slightly missed the racing line, and the cambers dragged him out wide. Oh, as I've been talking crap. What? Oh yeah. Sorry. As I've been going through all of this, Gal has got past. Sorry, confused me now. I see Brian Mechanic. I just see a reddish car. So yeah, I apologise. So Gal has got past Dan on the switching the tyres. Must have been on the last lap coming down the hill. You see Dan again, 208.6. Gal with a 207. Brian Mechanics pulling into the pits. You see the curves. You see Bry also skipping straight off that curb into the wall. That's going to be a nice fat penalty there again for Bry as well. 205.8. Size into the pits. The size gone. Pulled the pin on his mediums, done his tyre stint. He's going to be out on the hards. 10 laps to go. NED's still got plenty of juice, plenty of tyre tread left in these. He started on the hards, now on the mediums, so he's also going to have softs to run, the same as Gower at the end of this race. You'll see how he fares. That soft tyres does work quite well. He'll have low fuel as well, because you only need to put in, maybe 6-7 laps. I said earlier on, maybe it was not a mistake, Gower starting on hards, but definitely a different strategy to what a lot of people from the front do. But it's obviously paid. Where Dan started on the softs, obviously had a little bit coming together, cost himself a little bit of time. Then he switched to the hards, the slowest tyre, and then obviously in the meantime Gower's been on the mediums, gaining that time back that he possibly lost at the beginning. Gower doing real good. He's setting 206s and then out of nowhere he got past Dan and bolted 205.8. Not far off the quickest time as well, considering he's on he's on medium tyres. It is not bad going. As you see, Si's back out now on his hards. Oh, he's got penalty as well. Bloody pit lane penalty. I said this track is awful. I did practice the pit lane quite a bit, to be fair. I don't really ever press the options button and quit to pit, so I always tend to go down the pit lane just so you get used to it. Some tracks are no problem. This one is a major issue. You see Si there. Look at that, 3 seconds, but it costs you a lot more than 3. He's going so slow now. Compared, he's doing 1014. Brownie's doing 154. Dan's in the pits also now. So he's done his hard stint. Is he quite close enough? No, he's not quite close enough. So Paulie's out as well. So Paulie's there, mediums. Doing really well, Paulie. Into third position. So Dan's just filling up. Where's he going? So he's going 8 laps. He's going 8 laps on the hards. On the mediums, sorry. He's probably going to give it 4 beans. Hoggy's in, Rossi's in also. So Dan there into 4th position. Si, who's on the hards, just behind him. And also Brownie on the hards just behind. But I don't think these two have only half filled. I don't think they're going to make it to the end. I don't think that is enough juice, considering that Dan's gone full tank on the mediums. I can't see Si and Brownie have possibly got enough fuel. As Brownie goes to the same corner, we see Hoggy do it twice. Yeah, I can't see them having enough fuel to get to the end. So them two are possibly going to have to definitely do a pit. They'll see. Si's on the hard. Big slide from Si. A little smack off the wall, but he well held, managed to control it. This is another really dodgy corner. Let's see how we're going. Right, everyone's perfectly fine. So I'm expecting possibly, he's on lap 17, possibly let's lap of one more. Kenny D's had enough. He's come into the lap, into the pits. Let's go with, let's go in the old passenger seat. As we watch Gower go through this lap. Paulie there into second. Quick flick into second, up to third. Just to rotate the car and help rotate it around that corner. There you go, see, middle of the track. Just keeps it. You can just see the adverse camber in the track there. The left-hand side slopes left, right-hand side slopes right. You go too far to the right and it definitely kicks you around. Bit of a wall scrape there as it gets to the top of the hill. Frogs follow down through this kink. Still in 5th gear. Little lift back into 5th. Yeah, good speed through there. 130, about 130 to 140 is a good average speed after that corner. This is the dip. Look at this dip. Look, just spits the car out the other side. Quick flick through them 2 corners, through the S's, down into Forest Elbow. Only goes to second, keeps it in second, and off he goes. Traction control working like an absolute animal to stop the tyres from spinning up. And that was a good section there for Gower down through the mountain. King break just after the 150 board. Quick down to second. Stays in second, then changes to third. Some people change and come out in third. Shifting. Again down to second. A little bit of curve on the outside. Great lap there from Gower. You can see how tricky that middle section is. It is very awkward. maybe even from this view you'll see the undulations. Well, I'll just watch it through until that next bit. You see Sire there, Dan's in third, Kenny D's come out in fifth. You see Paulie's in now also. He's going to be switching to his last stint. Down at second, revving it, watching the tyres squeal. This is the corner. So just as you get through here, there you go, look. Just rolled it over that ridge, managed to pull it back onto the inside. Good driving there from Gower. Good chunk out in front of Dan now. Gower's still got a pit stop to make. Dan's had his pit stops. Side's done his tyres, but I don't think his fuel's going to last. He's maybe only got 3 laps possibly of fuel. Is he fuel saving or? Don't think so. Down to second. Quick shift to third. No, he's revving, so he's not fuel saving. Kenny D behind him, plenty of fuel. Plenty of fuel. He's like BP, he's got plenty of fuel. But he's now on the softs, so this could play very well into Kenny D's hands here. As you see, Paulie is behind him. He's on his hard tyres and his final stint. So, I mean, these boys have got 3/4 of a tank, but you've got to need more fuel. You know, Kenny D, just over 3/4. Paulie, just pitted. You know, he's got 3/4 of a tank. Brownie, I think, had to go back in, yeah, which I said. He's come back in, come back out on the softs. So he's on attack mode, but it's cost him. Gower's now into the pits. So this is where we're going to see what's interesting. Has Dan made up enough ground here on his medium, on his hard stints? He switched to mediums. What, 2 laps ago, a lap ago. This is his second out lap yet, so lap and a half ago. Sorry. As you see, Gower's in the pits at his box. Here they are, just shoving in a bit of fuel. Bloke's ready there. They look on edge, don't they? And he's off, he's out. See again, 3/4 of a tank. He's going to fully smash this now. Soft tyres, clear air, kept the pace going. Yeah, Sire's coming to the pits as we suspected. He's going to be going to his softs, which I think is going to bring him out around possibly where Brownie is, maybe. I'm sure Brownie switched to his softs earlier, so the undercuts probably helped Brownie. But now, yep, Gower out. Plenty of fuel, plenty of grip. Just needs to keep it between the white lines. Dan there, having a good race. Put the battle to Gower early on. But as the tyres have slowly switched round, Gower's consistency has definitely helped him. As you see, let's have a look where. So Sire's out on softs, plenty of fuel. Brownie just behind at the 6th softs, plenty of fuel now. These boys behind him, Hoggy's on his softs, doing really well. 7th, Rossi there in 8th. And Briar, we see him, he's got damage again. He's don't think he's having a very happy time at the Mount Panorama. Something is just not clicking in. It's taken a long time for me to even half enjoy this circuit over all of the years I've played Gran Turismo in one way or another. This track, it just, yeah, again, it's another Marmite track. You love it or hate it, or you slowly begin to put up with it. As so many people do love it, it does seem to be on the calendars that are on different racing, different race groups, and even in the dailies as well. They love it in the dailies, which is even more hectic than you would imagine. But doing well. So, Paulie, very impressed with Paulie. He had a big thing earlier on, didn't he? Just plugged away, and he's had a pit lane penalty as well. But fair play to Paulie, kept his head, kept it going. Now sitting in P4. Kenny D there in third. Bit of a chunk off, Dan, but I'm again very happy for Kenny. He's a bit sketchy at the beginning. Again, just the whole tyres maybe. Fact that you can't see much from certain views, especially when you're so bunched together. Depending on what view, this is what I race in this view, and as you can imagine, when you've got a car in front of you, you can't see any of these corners, these apexes. You're kind of going in blind or going off of muscle memory. This is how people do it. It's great for when you're on your own. You can see your apexes, you can see your braking points. You've got a nice wide field of view. Big slide there from unlucky Kenny D. I've jinxed you, and what a knobhead I am. I'm sorry, Kenny. I've proper jinxed you. As you just see Paulie come past. I was explaining how well we've stood off. I'm sorry, Kenny. Commentator's curse again. Commending on how tricky it is, and as you can see, even on soft tyres, Kenny was giving it then, and it just see how easy it is just for the car. So much momentum going in one direction, and you can't get it stopped. I thought he had stopped it. I thought he'd done really well, but yeah, unfortunately, he just carried on. But Paulie again up to third position. Points means prizes, and definitely with him, Gower and Dan all battling at the front, and That's Life is not able to make it this week. It's definitely going to put these for a nice points haul and keeps him in the battle with the front four or five. Kenny D. So Kenny might, with 3 laps, he might catch up to Paul. We'll see. It'd be close if he does. Let's get back towards the front. I don't think he's got any chance of catching Gower. So yeah, Gower's up the road. 205.4 on his previous. Yeah, let's see. This is where we see Kenny D go off. See, look, just chucks the car out. See the traction control light going up bright. Come down to here. This is a great corner. If you get good exit, it does whip the car out. But again, another corner. It's very, very easy to lose the back end on these cars, especially the Lambo. We've seen previously, it doesn't do the best with changes of direction and changes of elevation, or even curbs. To be honest, it's amazing that it's a race car at all, because it doesn't like any of them. Again, big flick of the curb, traction light comes on. The car just does not like anything like that, being an MR car, I think. And big dip here. This is an awful corner as well. I absolutely hate that corner. It's terrible. 204.8 though for Gower, fastest lap of the race now. Still short shifting as well, although we've got 2 laps left. I'd say he's probably got plenty of 22, 23, 24, so 3 laps left. I'd say he's got enough fuel. Still setting purples as well. Brave doing that in second. Watch out, Bri. Well done, Bri. We see Dan second to slow it, then out in third. So it's a different way of, again, doing that corner. Let's see what Paulie does down to this corner. It's interesting. I always like watching this and how different people drive, giving you different perspectives. Paulie just down to third, holds it about 179 mile an hour. Kenny D second, then third. You see it just bouncing off the rev limiter. Obviously different tyres as well, take that into note. Paulie is on hards and Kenny's on softs, so he can, you know, pop or throw it into the corner a lot quicker than what Paulie can. Obviously tyres allowed is what I mean. Let's go back as we're coming towards the end. Check my time. Yeah, 10 minutes. Yeah, 2:46. Yeah, plenty of time. You see Sire there in 5th. So they're both these on softs. I think Sire's done a really good job. He's come out in 5th, just pulled away from Brownie. Got 134 apex speed, so really good speed through that corner. Whoa, big wiggle. Does he get it stopped? Yes, well done, Sire. Real big wiggle there, and again. So tetchy, so tetchy. I don't know how people love it like that. That's just like, I'd have no nails left if I could bite or man drive at the same time. Every time you go down the mountain, it's such a scary set of corners. We'll see. So Brownie's there. Brownie's in 6th. Rossi's there in 7th. I think Hoggy must have had a moment. 2:15 on lap 9, dropped him down to 8th position. We know Rossi was behind him. Really good consistency in the last sort of 5-6 laps there from Rossi. Really nice there on his mediums. He'll be pleased, I'm sure, with a 7th. Hoggy, and then Bry, as we see, he's been lapped a couple of times. Although he's got his lap times down. 2:11.5 on his last lap that he done, so that's a good lap time there for Bry. Every day's a school day, as they say. Let's get back up and see how we're getting on. So Kenny D's there. Si's just coming around that corner in the background, although it just looked like he's rattled it off the barrier. But both got plenty of fuel, I think. Yeah, Paulie on his hards, doing really well. Dan's got a smidgen now. They've got enough. Even when it gets to the red, I think you've got about a lap, depending on how well you're fuel saving. So you've got about a lap. Setting setting his quickest lap time at the minute as well. Also, 24.4 is the quickest lap for Gower. Doing really well. Awful corner. Land on that. Yeah, quickest lap time of the race. Amazing to see, and hard medium tyres worn with a little bit of fuel is Dan's quickest lap, because he started on the softs in traffic and full tank. So amazing how the times can change as you run the fuel down and the weight comes off of the car. Now 2:04.4, and then he's just backed off. 2:05.6. It's just slightly backed off. He's got plenty of fuel. Don't need to take any risks. Don't try and slap it into any of these corners. No need. Just pick your positions. Sit nice and calm. Down through the hill, through the kink, off Alf, down through the S's, now and then down to the Forest Elbow. Really good corner there. Just pulled it out nice. Again, like I said, it's the last lap. He's under no pressure. Don't want to do something silly now and mess your whole, 50-minute race. It's a long time to be concentrating as well, especially on a track like this. It does take it out of you. I know it's only a game, but it definitely does take it out of you mentally. You've got to pay attention, and it would be a shame to lose it coming up towards the last half of the lap. But no, not for Gower as he comes round the final corner. Really good win. Well done, Gower. Well done, mate. Fantastic. Dan's just coming down the hill as well. Good second position for Dan. Bit of a come and give early doors. I think just cold tyres, but all's well ends well. Same for Paulie. He's had a fair share of moments, but Paulie is in third position. The Dam, take your hats off to that. Congratulations to Paulie. That's a really good race. Everything that's happened has been thrown at him. Really good pace on all of the tyres. So yeah, fantastic result for Paulie. I think Brian Mechanic's probably just come over the line as well, just behind Paulie. Kenny D now on his way through. It's unlucky. He was in third position. I think I jinxed him a little bit as he was coming down the hill and was explaining the track and the racing line. But no, good result for Kenny D. Really good result also for Sire there in fifth position. Brownie can't. Whoa! Big old spin for Brownie. He's got to get back out because Rossi's on his way through. Rossi's on his way. Is he going to make the line? He's doing it. He's done it. Brownie 6th, Rossi 7th. And then Hoggy coming round to just to finish up here at the end in 8th position. Big slide now from Hoggy. I think he might have possibly run out of fuel. No, he's going okay. But yeah, we'll see there as Hoggy comes over the line in 8th position. Well done all, Cool Brownie. You were lucky there, buddy. Rossi was going to have you over the line. Good result. Good racing by everyone. Really, really, really good race. You see, obviously, the strategies now that happen in endurance. Again, some people have decided to go with a free stopper. Some people have gone 2 and gone long. You know, it all comes into play. But no, well done to Gower. A good flawless victory, as I like to say. Fastest lap, pole position, and the win. So very good, very congratulations to Gower there. Next week we're at Monza, which is again a very interesting track. Can throw up quite a lot of drama. Touch wood though, we'll be good. Thank you very much for joining me, and hope to see you next week.